Hello, everyone. My name is Cami Peters, and I am a Renaissance data coach. In this short video, I'll show you a little bit about goal setting in Accelerated Reader. So today we'll be setting goals for the students in Miss Rivers' class. So Miss Rivers has already logged in, and we'll go into the Accelerated Reader tile to get to that goal setting area. We can go right into record books and goals. You can see it's right in the title to help you find it. And reading practice goals. Now when Miss Rivers sets goals for Accelerated Reader, she sets them for a marking period. You can see that right up here at the top. She has the third quarter marking period selected. This way the goals are short and more manageable and motivating for her students. If she were to set one goal for the whole school year, there may be some students that think they have a ton of time and wait to cram their reading in at the end of the school year, or students that get it all done right away, and it's hard for them to visualize. So having the shorter marking periods is very, very helpful for her students. So she's setting her goals for the third quarter. Miss Rivers also sets all three of the reading practice goals. Now, since she has star reading data for her class, we can see that right here in the table. The data populates to assist. Now you can still set goals out here for students if you don't have star reading. There is a goal calculator students can use, or you can use to set goals, but she happens to have star reading. We'll look at that today. So the first goal is to review the average percent correct goal. So Miss Rivers is going to set a goal for 85% for her whole class, and that's based on Renaissance's best practices. So up at the top, we have review average percent correct goal, 85%, update all students. Now, as students are reading, she can always go through, there's a drop down here, and she could raise that goal for students that need some extra challenge. The next goal that Ms. Rivers is going to set is the point goal, which is an expectation for how much reading each student will be working towards for the marking period. So this table will calculate the goal for each student. So it's going to do all the hard work for Ms. Rivers, but she needs to tell the software three things. The software needs to know how many minutes per day the students are reading in class, how long they have to meet the goal, so the length of the marking period, and we already chose that. And the third is the student's reading ability. So if you have Renaissance Star Reading Assessment, this data, again, comes in automatically. So Miss Rivers wants the point goal to be individualized and motivating for all of her students. All she needs to do is go up to the top and select minutes of daily reading time. In her classroom, she has about 25 minutes for her students to read, and she'll update that for all. And even though she has 25 minutes for all of her students and the marking period length is the same for her students, these point goals are different because it takes into account their reading ability level. If she were to set a class goal of, say, 20 points, that goal might be too difficult for some students, or it might be too easy for others. So this way it's very personalized for her students, and everybody can achieve that goal. The third goal that Ms. Rivers is going to set is the book level goal. This is a great teacher tool to see if students are choosing books at the right difficulty level. So for example, we have Casey. Casey's ZPD range is a 3.2 to a 5.1. All Miss Rivers needs to do is type in 3.2 because that's the bottom number of Casey's suggested ZPD range. Now, as Casey reads, Miss Rivers can see and compare it to their actual and say, wow, Casey is reading a lot of books maybe below the 3.2 level. So maybe they're choosing books that are too easy. Or maybe Casey is reading books that are way too hard and Casey's struggling a little bit. So this gives you that clue as to our students choosing the right difficulty level for them. So then you could go through and Miss Rivers would go through for each of her students and type in that bottom book level. We'll just do a couple of students for today. And then when she's all done and she's reviewed her goals, she would save them. Okay. Now, Miss Rivers' next step after setting initial goals for students is to have a brief conference with them. So she wants to talk to her students about the different kinds of goals and ask for their thoughts on the goals that have been set for them. And she's also going to regularly check in with her students and the accelerated reader data to have conversations with them and guide them towards reaching their goals if they need assistance. Some teachers also choose to have different ways that students can track progress towards their goals in the marking period. Students have a progress page in their student experience side that they can view progress towards their goals. Some teachers also have bulletin boards that they use to share that information as well, class bulletin boards with progress towards goals. So this brings us to the end of our time today to look at accelerated reader goals. I hope you enjoyed this short tour. I'd also like to invite you to watch our full-length webinar for more insights on the accelerated reader program. You'll find the link to the webinar in the description of the video.